Hi everyone, this is Smitha Katti and I blog at smilingcolors.com. Today I'm happy to be part of a video blog hop with three companies, Glue Dots, Lindy's Stamp Gang and Basic Grey. I'm using these products to make a few project life cards. I'm a scrapbooker at heart, but with two kids under the age of 4 at home with me, I take way more photographs than I can ever hope to scrap. So the project life method of pocket scrapbooking works well. I simply slide in the photos and add a few lines of journaling and call it done. But sometimes I feel like I need to be more creative than just that much. On those days, I get out my paints and mists and make my own 3x4 inch or 4x6 inch cards. This is my 10 minutes of fun time. So today I'm going to walk you through 3 such project life cards. For this first one, I am using Basic Grey's Carte Postale paper. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. I like the alphabets on this, and I trimmed a piece of paper to measure 3x4 inches with the letter N, which is my daughter's initial, to be in the center. Then I'm using some removable glue dots to mask the letter N. I'm going to be painting on this card and I don't want any paint on this part. I'm going to be using 4 to 5 different colors here. I start with Lindy's Stamp Gang's Flat Fabio's T-Bird Turquoise. Now these are meant to be used as mists. You're supposed to fill the bottle with water and shake it up to make a mist. But I'm going to use these as paints instead, and I'm using the nozzle to scoop up a little bit of the mist powder onto my paper itself. I'm using an aqua brush with water, but you could use a regular paintbrush here too. I just spread the color with some random brush strokes. And I'm going to add a few more colors here. I'm using Flat Fabio Danny Duke's Denim. This is a really vibrant blue color, and a Moonshine Mist Buccaneer Bay Blue color. This one has a two-tone shimmer that is really pretty. You will see that the Flat Fabio colors have no shimmer at all and are rich and true to color, and this blue is really vibrant. But remember, a teeny tiny bit is all you need. The pattern paper I'm using is porous and will probably absorb much of the color here. I'm using a lot of water to spread my colors because I'm okay if the paper warps a little bit. I can always flatten it back later using some books. Now after all of these blues, I wanted to add a touch of yellow, and I'm using Starburst Grab a Guy Gold color. I will have all these colors and links posted beneath this video and also in my blog post if you need to check them later. I'm adding a little more of the gold because the gold is a milder color and I want it to kind of stand out a bit. Lastly, I'm adding some Starburst Cape Cod Coral onto my scratch paper. I want a few spots of this pinkish color and I'm going to pick it up with my brush and add it onto the paper. Now the card looks really wet and the colors appear really intense, but once they dry for a few hours, the colors will kind of dull a little bit, and this is how they look. You can see the slight shimmer and you can see how the pink pops off the page. I'm then going to gently remove the glue dots from the end, and now you will see that the alphabet N has no shimmer at all, just as I had planned. Now this card adds some color and shimmer to my project life page, and I love how artistic it looks next to my little girl there. For the next card, I trimmed some pattern paper to measure 6x4 inches. I am using some Basic Grey paper again, and the back of this pattern paper is really pretty, and I used this in my final project life spread also. Now for this card, I'm going to be misting, and I'm using the Starburst Opal Sea Oats color. I filled the bottle with hot water till the fill line, and I shook it well and let it sit for 10 minutes. That's the hard part, waiting for the 10 minutes. And I'm going to be using a butterfly mask, and I'm going to mist up from about 10 inches high. And I'm misting very liberally because I love this copper gold two-tone shimmer and I want the paper to be really shiny. So I'm misting from the side angles and from up above, from all around. I really don't have much patience for the big drops to dry, and so I'm going to dab a paper napkin very gently and carefully pat out all the wet areas. I'll give it a minute to dry, and then I'm going to use my pen to draw around the butterfly and give an outline to it. To adhere a photo onto this card, I'm using ultra thin glue dots. Now for my Project Life spreads, I find that these glue dots are perfect as they hardly add any dimension but are super strong so that I know the photo won't fall off after a few months. To kind of unify all the cards that I've made in this spread, I'm using some of the Starburst Cape Cod Coral, the pinkish shade I used earlier, and I'm going to add some highlights onto the butterfly using my aqua brush again. And here is how the card looks in my spread. I love the two-tone shimmer it has. For my last card, this is a really simple one. I am using the Starburst Cape Cod Coral color to paint a heart on some white cardstock. Now you could use a pencil to trace the heart shape or just paint it with your paintbrush itself. Once the mist has dried, I am using some basic gray tiny alphabets to spell out the word happy. I'm also using a pen to outline the heart to give it a little bit of definition. Once this is completely dried, I'm using some ultra thin glue dots again to adhere this white cardstock onto a piece of pattern paper that has been trimmed to 4 by 6 inches. I like making cards like this one especially because they break the cluster of photos and add some white space to our layout, and they add a little bit of emotion to the page. And here's a look at my final spread. I slided all my photos in and added some journaling as well, and I inserted all the cards we've made in today's video. Thank you for spending some crafty time with me today. For more information and a list of supplies, please visit my blog, or feel free just to stop by my blog and say hi. Bye-bye.